I tried to focus on other things instead of rehashing. People have been interviewed 4, 5, 6, some of them 10 times. You know, you had the DA's, Cal Poly, the DA's office, the sheriff's office, two regiments of the sheriff's office, the FBI, and these people were tired. They were tired of being interviewed, and some of them were being accused. And so I tried to find things in the case that were already there and make them alive again. We also went through thousands of questionnaires. They sent questionnaires to every Cal Poly student, and we found lots of useful information in there, and they had been stamped no useful information. And JT Camp and I went through there, and oh my, you know, one of our witnesses that puts Paul chasing Kristin at a couple of parties had never been interviewed, and information was on that questionnaire. And then, you know, the bruising. Why are you lying? Let's make, you know, there's no reason to lie about his contact with Kristin. We had so many people who saw him with Kristin on the floor, and I just tried to put all that, bring that back to life. I love the Smart family. I can't imagine being in their shoes. I feel bad we didn't get to bring Kristin home, but we did give them some sort of justice. Paul will hopefully never get out of jail. And I once again appreciate the community for understanding, being patient. The sheriff, so supportive, never said no to anything in this case. When you don't have the body, it's huge. It's a very difficult thing to prosecute a case with no body. And that's where Chris Prevel gets, you know, all the credit. He's amazing in the courtroom, and he was prepared every day, and it was a very difficult case. It doesn't happen very often. It was the sheriff's idea to collect some soil samples. I drove them up to the lab in Richmond. I mean, I could see it. You could see the test. It's positive for blood. And I was just, you know, part of me is super excited and happy, but part of me is like, now what? You know, we've got blood 4 feet down. What does that mean? With this staining, fibers, because they found fibers consistent with Kristin's clothing. It was at first very shocking, but then, you know, I had a 4-hour drive home. I started processing it all and very relieved, because who has blood 4 feet under in clothing, fibers, and this unusual staining that an archaeologist is calling decomposition? The blood, the soil, and the fibers, I think, was the turning point where the DA's office felt comfortable that they could prosecute this case beyond a reasonable doubt. I have, you know, a tremendous amount of respect for Chris. He helped us get into white court, and he really, we were working on the case beforehand, but once his podcast started, he really just made it skyrocket in popularity. When we were finishing the last day of search warrants, there were people, I can't remember exactly how many, there were 20 or 30 people on the sidewalk filming the house. We did everything step by step. We didn't let all the hoopla get in the way of doing things the right way. I had a lot of help when the case was really rocking and rolling. There were a lot of detectives out there in our detective bureau that were doing things, you know, monitoring the wire room, writing search warrants, and There's no way you can handle a case this large completely by yourself. You can't be everywhere. So I've had a lot of help and support, and it's truly appreciated.